Each day, Alex packs a clean uniform, ready to take to work. But soon, there'll be something else he'll have to carry with him. His care company wants all staff to have immunity, so they've given him 1 month to take a vaccine or lose his vocation.
I find it should be my choice if I want it or no, you know.
But you work in the care sector, you've seen how it's been ravaged by COVID-19. Why wouldn't you want to get a vaccine?
I'm not against vaccine, you know, but I want to wait, I want to see more facts. It's not just me, like I'm not vaccinated, you know. You got visitors all day come to visit, which one they're not vaccinated as well.
But Barchester couldn't be clearer in the letter we've seen to its staff. If you're someone who's chosen not to have the vaccine, from the 23rd of April, no one will be rostered for shifts unless they're exempted. We've spoken to one of your carers today, Alex, who says why should he have to sacrifice his individual freedom here, his right to choose?
When we know that these individuals are at risk to our vulnerable residents, we've got to make a choice. Alex, for example, he chooses not to have the vaccination, which is his right, but we choose to say we find that exponential risk unacceptable.
Yet it's a risk hundreds of thousands of carers are still running.
So this is the COVID ward.
Despite all the traumas we've reported on in the past year, only 3/4 have taken a vaccine, leaving the government poised to take action as it considers making them compulsory by law.
The care homes do have a duty of care for the elderly people that they look after, who are the most vulnerable to this disease. But we are considering this, but we want to talk more to the sector and we want to consider it very carefully because it's such a sensitive issue.
And quite likely a legal one too.
Oh, it's going to end up in the courts, in my view, in any event, whether it's because of contractual dispute or somebody is being refused a job, or there would be grounds to potentially challenge it at the European Court in Strasbourg.
Meanwhile, Alex is willing to lose his battle. He'll walk away from his job before he takes a jab. Paul Brand, News at 10.
Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yasha, Bahashem Chakadas, the bonus to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who were well, who taught us truth, and salutations to the hopeful like scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Today, this brother Ayawab come back to you today with another lesson through the spring power of Hashem Bahashem Chakadas, going in on the UK again. You know, last week I went in on the UK saying they're going to increase their nuclear warheads. You know, and this week you got, the Prime Minister Boris Johnson says forced Maccinations for care home staff responsible, but demanding jab certs from pub goers up to landlords. So when it says, jab certificates, jab certificates, man, for people who want to go to the bar, people who want to go, people who just want to go out and live their life like they was before 2020, man. From 2019 beyond, back, they want to live like they was back then. And you got the UK Prime Minister saying, "Well, I want it to. If they want to go to the pubs again, then they gotta have jab certificates, meaning they gotta take the vaccination." And he's also saying that it's up to the landlords. So this is March 24th, 2021. It says care home bosses mulling mandatory cocoa. Crown 19 vaccinations for staff are acting responsibly, the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has said, although he refused to say whether pubs should bar punchers who haven't been jabbed. Says Johnson said on Wednesday that the concept of vaccination certification should not be totally alien to us, as he was asked by a committee of MPs about its use in care settings and the hospitality sector as the UK emerges from lockdown. So he was saying, Boris Johnson, the prime minister, was saying that we shouldn't look at these vaccine certificates as strange. You shouldn't look at them as like this as an alien, man, as it's strange. He's saying that you should look at it as we should get one. He should look at it. He's saying that it's the new norm, man. It's the new normal. You should look at it as the new normal. It says, we've seen what happened in care homes, the PM said, referring to the rapid spread of the virus in elderly residents where COVID-19 or where crown deaths accounted for as many as 50% of all UK pandemic fatalities in 2020. You know, when I say, I don't actually say, the mandemic or, or the crown virus, because they could flag the video, take it down. So, we say words around that will keep it up. It says UK government considering forcing care workers to get the cocoa vaccination. And, as you seen in the video at the start, that dude said he ain't taking it. He said, why should I give up my freedom? He said that he would rather see the facts first. That's the age and stage of life that we're coming into, man, where they're going to force you to get the vaccination. If you want to go back to life, if you want to go back to going to the bars without mask, going to the beaches, without mask and everything. If you want to go from state to state, if you want to go from country to country, man, you got to have that vaccine, man. You got to have that vaccine certificate. That's what we're coming into, man. And you see that in the video, it was saying that the government may not be able to legally force it, but the landlords and the business owners can be like, hey, if you want to work, you got to get the vaccine. And you seen that in the video that then he was said, if you don't get this the vaccine within a month, then you're not working no more. And that's coming to America, man. It's like you. It says, it doesn't seem to me to be irresponsible at all. Far from it. It's wholly responsible for care home companies to think of requiring vaccinations of their staffs. So they don't think it's dumb. They don't think it's off the wall. They're saying you should think about being responsible to require it, man. It says Johnson was also asked if he supported mandatory vaccination for pub goers when bars open on April 12th, but he said may be up to the landlord. So it could be up to the the people who own the bars and so on and so forth. It says the PM struck a different tone on the subject last month when he said it would be unlikely that pubs would be asked to see vaccine certs from customers. So you see that you go from saying, well, I don't think, maybe it's unlikely, but now he's saying, well, it's up to the landlords. And then next is going to be, yeah, we need it's mandatory. It says, what I don't think we will have in this country is, as it were, vaccinations passports to allow you to go to the pub or something like that, he said when asked at the time. So at the time, he's like, well, I don't think it'll happen. And now he's saying, well, it's up to the landlord. Next is going to be, yeah, we need it. It says the discussion around mandatory care home vaccinations come as recent data reveal that the take-up of the jab among care home staff is only 76%, while it is as low as 62% in London, much less than the 94% of care home residents who have opted for the jab. That's about it. Yeah, that's it. If you want to look deeper into it, you can. I ain't got no scriptures lined up, but through the Spirit, I got a couple. This is Isaiah 24, verse 11. Isaiah 24, verse 11. There's a crying. Let's see. Isaiah 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down, Every house is set up that no man can come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is spent with destruction. So as you see, man, that people are crying for the joy. They crying for the joy, for everything to go back to normal, man. But they don't know that mirth is gone. And the only way to even get a glimpse of how you felt before everything happened in this, with the crown and everything, you gotta have that vaccine, man. People want to go to the bars without having them wear a mask. So what's that alternative? Take the vaccination. You want to go to the pub, to the bar. If you want to go out and party, go out, eat, go to NBA basketball games, go to, professional sports games and all that. You got to have the vaccination. But in our reality, the mirth of the land is gone. And if you do get that vaccination and it's mandatory, all it's going to be is a facade, man. It's going to look like you having a good time. It's going to look like you drinking water in the desert, but actually you're not. Because the vaccination is ultimately leading to the chip, man. It's conditioning you for the chip. That mark of the beast, man. Revelation. Especially you Jakes, man. You Jakes want to go back to party and twerking on police cars and all this and that, man. Y'all are done for. You 2/3, man. This is Revelation 13 and started 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And it causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their foreheads. That's the time we coming into now, man. They want everybody to get the vaccine. They not saying it, but that's what we coming into. You see at first, like 6 months ago, they said, "Oh yeah, they can't require you to get the vaccine. They can't force you to do it." And a couple months ago, they like, "Well, it's unlikely." And now they saying, "Well, it's up to the landlords." I think that he said, "I think you should get it. I think you should be responsible." But it's up to you. I think they should get the vaccine, but it's up to the landlords. What's next, man? Get the vaccine. If you want to continue in your life, if you want to go back to normal, if you want to go to the, concerts and everything, man, you got to take the vaccine. You got to have a vaccine certificate. And that's the time we're coming into. And that's conditioning you to take that chip, man, because that chip is just like it's going to happen, man. It's going to cause you to. You're going to have to if you want to function. Just like now, they making it to where if you want to function, you got to take the vaccine. They conditioning you, man. That definition of condition. Definition of conditioning. Conditioning, the process of training or accustoming a person or animal to behave in a certain way or to accept certain circumstances. That's what's happening, man. They conditioning you, they training you, accustoming you to just conform to what they're saying. And if they say, "Hey, you got to get the vaccine to function," okay, get the vaccine. And then it's going to be, "Hey, if you want to pay your bills, if you want to do this and do that in society, if you want to pay rent, if you want to, pay your car note, feed your family, then you got to get the chip." They conditioning you, man. They herding you sheep into a barn, man. They herding you into the path of destruction, man. And y'all just going with the flow of contempt. Let's get to the rest of this, though. Verse Revelation 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Let here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. And his number is 666. So as you see, man, the UK is, starting to require vaccinations. If you don't want to take the vaccination, you can't work. If you don't want to take the chip, you can't work. That's not happening right now, but I'm saying in the future. They're just conditioning you. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to spirit, to the body, to the fold. Before I end it off, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to where it's due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yasa, Bahashach Hakadas, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were willing to tell the truth, and shalom to the hopeful legacy God brought through at the four corners of the earth. And I like to say birthday, Yahweh Hashem, Bahashach Hakadas, for putting the spirit on me through this lesson. Until next time, shalom, kwam yashala, and above. Shalom.